What's up, Meat Geeks? Nick here with Paradise Locker. So Memorial Day is coming up here in about a week and a half. We've got a Memorial Day sale coming up. It's going to be some burgers and brats and a few other items. So if you guys aren't signed up for our newsletter, hop on the website and get signed up for the newsletter, because let you know about all of our sales, events coming up, exclusive recipes that we're coming up with on our recipe page, all that kind of stuff. Those are kind of announcements are in the newsletter. So hop over to the website and sign up for that. So I thought I'd hop out here today and get the grill fired up and go over grilling burgers a little bit. Be lots of grilling over Memorial Day weekend, and so a few things to think about when you're throwing it on the throwing burgers on the grill. So got a few burgers lined out. These are our Butcher's Blend burgers. These guys are 45% beef, 45% pork, and 10% bacon, and really, really good patties. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a stand. I'm gonna throw these guys on the grill, and we'll start grilling these up. Got the charcoals going here. Just got a new grill a couple weeks ago. Got it laid out, and we have our lump charcoal that we use from Blues Hog. So got some lump charcoal rolling in a chimney. Got it ready to, all fired up hot and ready to go. And we're gonna get these burgers on. So a few things I like to think about when I'm doing burgers is, number one, patience is good with them. Got a nice hot grill, you can hear that sear popping up. So patience is good for grilling burgers. The thing, you know, a lot of times you grilling burgers, and if you try and get to them too quickly, you're going to get stuff that sticks to the grill. They'll want to fall apart. So when you first throw your burgers on the grill, you want to let them get nice and cooked on one side before we start to try and flip. And so I'm going to get them right over the top of the hot coals, and let them get a good cook to start. And so as we start to go through here, and you know, as these things start to cook, just start looking for a few little notes there, or a few little things that will give us an idea that the burger is starting to cook and starting to cook through. You know, one thing obviously with, like, you're going to see the flames kicking up on the grill, and so that's one thing I like about a good charcoal grill, is that I can always put the top on and just smother those flames out. If you're cooking with a gas grill, it works fine. Like with the pork and the bacon that's in these burger patties, you will get some flame up because you're getting some grease drippage. So even if you're using a gas grill, you can have a bottle of water next to you. And so if you start to get some flame ups, you can sprinkle a little water on there, kick the flames down. With the charcoal grill, it's nice because I can just put the lid down, open these vents up to keep that hot, keep the coals nice and hot. But if I let that sit on for just a few minutes, it's going to smother those flames out. And that indication, that smoke rolling out of the top there, now you know your flames are out and you're back to a flameless heat. So we're going to leave that lid on for just a little bit and let them keep cooking. So we're going to pop this lid here and check on these guys. There we go. So as you can see here, down here on these patties, we're starting to get some moisture drawn out of the top of the burger. And that's going to be a good indication that the bottom of that burger is starting to cook, and it's starting to force some of those juices through the patty. And so as I start to get some curl on the patty down here around the edge, and I can look down here on the bottom and I can start to see some caramelization. Now I'm going to come in with my spatula. I'm going to do a scoop and flip this guy over. And all that caramelization is really helping to hold that patty together. And that's what we want. We want that good caramelization. And so I'm going to flip on this guy. There we go. That's really nice right there. Good caramelization all the way across. And so I'm going to let those guys cook out. I'll leave them open so you can see the patties cooking. And the other thing that I kind of want to pay attention to almost immediately is we're going to start to see juices coming up through. And so that's that heat coming from the other side, forcing those juices up. And so that's really what we want to look. That's a good indication that we're cooking through the patty, and it's getting good heat all the way through it. So battery died on me there, so back with you guys. So now you can see we're getting some flame up. We're really getting some juice starting to pour out of these things. So I'm gonna give this a little flip, take a look at the other side. I like how that's cooking. I like how we got a good caramelization around. Thing with the caramelization, with the sear on a steak or caramelization on your burger, what's really going to help with that is the absence of moisture. I got to go back and look at we're going to cover these back up just to kind of finish cooking them through. Let those cover up and let them steam out a little bit. But there is, I was reading the other day, there was an article that published the amount of heat it takes to evaporate moisture on the outside of meat compared to the amount of heat that it takes to actually caramelize the meat itself. And when there's moisture present, it takes an exorbitant amount more heat to get rid of that liquid before it can start the searing process. And so one way to really combat that and to be able to get a nice good crust on the outside of your steak, on the outside of your hamburger, is to make sure that you're patting those things dry. One way, patting them dry right before you throw them on the grill, so there's no excess moisture on the outside of the steak or outside of the burger, whatever you're cooking. Another way is to salt it. And you can salt your burger patty, you can salt your steak. You want to do that at bare minimum like 45 minutes to an hour before they go on the grill, so that salt can absorb into the meat, number one, help flavor the meat a little bit, but really absorb that moisture, and especially that exterior moisture, and that's going to really, really help with your caramelization. Hot heat over some good hot charcoal, you don't need a lot, and so especially with these, with the pork cooks pretty quickly. That bacon added in there, they don't take very long, and so again, we're just going to kind of check these guys. I'm going to give a little poke. The spongier it is, the least it's done. The firmer it gets, the more it's getting done and the more we're cooking through that patty. So these guys are pretty firm, pretty solid. They don't feel too squishy. And so I feel like these are at a really good point where we can pull them. So guys, that's kind of cooking a burger on some open charcoal on the grill. A few tips to think about: letting that thing set, making sure that it's getting good and cooked on the bottom side before you try and flip it. That's going to prevent sticking to the grill, crumbling apart, different kind of things like that. And then for that really good crisp caramelization on the outside, making sure it's nice and dry right before it goes on the grill with either salt or patting it dry with a towel or paper towel. So try that out next time you're on the grill. Let us know what you think about it. Look forward to seeing you guys next weekend. Hope everybody's going to have a great Memorial Day weekend. And we appreciate you stopping in. We'll see you next time.